Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, you're welcome to today's class. And from our last class, we'll be continuing the rules governing Nun Sakinah and Tanwin. If you remember, in our last class, we talked about Al-Izhar. Al-Izhar is a rule that is applied whenever you come across the Nun Sakinah and Tanwin followed by 6 specific letters: Alif Hamza, Ha, Kha, Ain, Ghain, and Ha. And whenever we come across such letters after Nun Sakinah and Tanwin, then the Nun Sakinah and Tanwin is articulated clearly. Now, it will even be understood more after today's class. In today's class, inshallah, we'll be talking about Al-Idgham. Al-Idgham is also one of those rules that are basic but are very, very important. So, let's get right into it. Now, Al-Idgham, just like Al-Izhar, is a rule that is applied whenever we come across Nun Sakinah and Tanwin followed by 6 other specific letters. And these letters in this case are Yaw, Ra, Mim, Lam, Waw, and Nun, put together in the word Yarmalun. Yarmalun. Those 6 letters are what make up that word Yarmalun. So this word is created so that you can quickly remember Yarmalun, Ya, Ra, Mim, Lam, Waw, and Nun. Now, these 6 letters, when they come after the Nun Sakinah and Tanwin, what happens? In the case of Izhar, we said the Nun Sakinah and Tanwin is pronounced clearly. But for Idgham, the Nun Sakinah and Tanwin is inserted into these letters. And then the Nun Sakinah and Tanwin is almost not heard any longer. So now, before we go ahead, let's first explain that these 6 letters that we have said, they are of 2 categories. The first one are Waw, Yaw, Mim, and Nun. These 4 are in a category of their own, and they are called, their own Idgham is called Idghamun Bighunna. That is Idghamun that has some sort of nasalization that comes with it. Idghamun Bighunna. In some books, you can see them being referred to as Idghamun Naqis. We'll get to it later. Now, the second group are Ra and Lam. Ra and Lam are in the second group. And this group, they are referred to as, their own Idgham is referred to as Idghamun Bighayri Gunna, or Idghamun Kamil, full Idgham. Now, let's talk about them now. The first group, like I said, when we apply the rule of Idgham with the first group, there's a bit, just a tiny bit of nasalization that comes along with it. But the second group, there is no nasalization at all. There's no sound that we heard at all, as if the Nun is non-existent. That is how, let's look at examples. So we'll get it more when we get examples. And as you know, I like to bring examples from surahs that we are familiar with. So let's start from the Ya, that is the first category, the category of Idghamun Naqis, that is Idghamun Bighunna. Ya, for example, if you come across Ya followed by Tanwin, let's start with the Tanwins. Let's look at it. Okay, let's go to Surah Al-Ghashiyah. Yeah, Surah Al-Ghashiyah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هل أتاك حديث الغاشية وجوه يومئذ خاشعة وجوه يومئذ خاشعة. I hope you heard that. وجوه يومئذ خاشعة. وجوه. I'm repeating for you to hear that the wujuhun is not called wujuhun. Rather, wujuhun. We insert that sound into the ya. So it becomes wujuhun yawmaizin khashi'a. I hope you can try this yourself. Okay, let's go to the next one. That is the Nun Sakinah. The Nun Sakinah, we see that in Surah Al-Qari'ah. Surah Al-Qari'ah. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. Yeah, we have it in 2 points here. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ. Do you see? فَمَنْ is the word. Now that nun at the end of that faman is inserted into the ya of ya'mal, and it becomes faman ya'mal, and then the nun is not heard. Faman ya'mal mithqala dharratin khayran yarah. So that is for the ya. The next one is the wa. The wa, examples of the wa. Okay, let's go to Surah Al-Masad. Surah Al-Masad. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tabb. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tabb. Do you see? Abi lahabin wa tabb. Lahabin wa tabb. We've inserted the lahabin, that sound has been inserted into the wa. So lahabin wa tab. Now if you listen to these ones, you can see that there is a sound that comes with just a little bit. So when we get to the other category, you will even understand it more. That those ones you won't even hear any sound that comes with it at all. So فَمَنْ تَبَّتْ يَدَا أَبِي لَهَبٍ وَتَبَّ. That is for the tanwin followed by wa. For the Nun Sakinah followed by wa, we go to Surah Al-Layl. Surah Al-Layl. Surah Al-Layl. No, let's go to Surah Al-Buruj. Surah Al-Buruj. Yeah. وَاللَّهُ مِنْ وَرَائِهِمْ Wallahu min waraihim muhit. Min wara. This is min wara. But that sound has now been, that nun has now been inserted into the wa. Min waraihim muhit. So this is an example of the wow as well. Now let's go for the nun. For the nun, example of the let's start with, okay, the one I remember this one earlier. For the Nun Sakinah followed by another nun. وَمَا لِأَحَدٍ عِنْدَهُ مِنْ نِعْمَةٍ تُجْزَى you see, min and ni'mah. So we now inserted the nun sukun into the nun kasra, and it now becomes as if it's one nun that is there. Min ni'matin tujza. Min ni'matin tujza. So that is nun sakina followed by nun with haraka. The other one, tanwin followed by nun, we see that in the one that comes to mind is in Surah Al-Ghashiyah. Surah Al-Ghashiyah. Amilatun nasiba. Amilatun nasiba. Amilatun. As if it's only one nun that is there. That nun of the tanwin is inserted into that nun, and we hear عاملة ناصبة. So let's go to the last one in the first group, the group of Idgham Naqis, Idgham Bigunna. Mim. For mim, we are going to use let's go to Surah Al-Masad. Surah Al-Masad. The last verse of Surah Al-Masad. Yeah, we have the two examples. Yes, for the Tanwin and the Nun Sakinah. في جيدها حبل من مسد. حبل. That حبل min. So that lun, that tanwin on that lam is inserted into the mim of the min. Habilum, habilum. And you are not hearing sound any longer. It's inserted into the mim. Habilum mim masad. Now that min kasra minun sukun min masad. Masad. Now masad is starting with mim. So that nun at the end of the mim is now inserted into the mim of the masad. It now becomes mim masad, mim masad, mim masad. And now we can't hear the nun there any longer. So fi jidiha hablum mim masad. So everything has now, all the examples has been shown. In other surahs too, you can apply the examples as we have learned here. Now let's go to this other group. The other group is the group for Idgham Kamil. For Idgham Kamil, we said Ra and Lam are in this category. If you go to Ra and Lam, examples of, let's start from Lam. Nun Sakinah and Tanwin followed by Lam. If you go to Surah Al-Ma'un. Surah Al-Ma'un. Yeah, that's very popular verse. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. That's what is فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. So that lun, that sound of the lun is now inserted into the lam, like starting the lil. So it becomes فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Also, another one is for the Nun Sakinah followed by Lam. Let's go to Surah Al-Ikhlas. Surah Al-Ikhlas. In Surah Al-Ikhlas, the last verse of Surah Al-Ikhlas, وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ. Not وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ. If you have been saying it like that previously, don't say it like that any longer. It is not walam yakun lahu, it's walam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. So I hope you understand this. The Nun Sakinah has been inserted into the lam, and you can't even hear the Nun Sakinah at all. No nasalization comes with this one. None. Walam yakul lahu. If you did not know previously that there was a nun there, you won't even hear it. You won't know that it's there. So that is idghamun kamil, full idgham, full insertion. You will not hear any sound of that nun at all. For the raw, let's go for the raw. In Surah Al-Alaq, innal insana la yatgha أن رآه استغنى أن رآه استغنى أن رآه استغنى. I heard that أن رآه not أن رآه أن رآه. So the nun has been inserted into the raw, and the nun is not heard at all. Also for the tanwin, Surah Al-Qari'ah. In Surah Al-Qari'ah, yes, in Surah Al-Qari'ah, في عيشة راضية, في عيشة راضية. So it sounds as if it's only kasra that is there, not kasratan. في عيشة راضية, fi 'ishatin radiyah. You will not say fi 'ishatin radiyah. No, that will not be correct. So these are the examples of all the idgham situations. Now, there are two reasons why idgham is different from izhar. The first, obviously, is that in izhar, the Nun Sakinah and Tanwin is heard clearly. But in idgham, the Nun Sakinah and Tanwin is inserted into the letter of idgham. Now, the second difference is this. In izhar, when the Nun Sakinah is in between a word and the next letter after it is a letter of izhar, referred to as informally as letter of izhar, one of those letters for izhar is following that Nun Sakinah in the same word, you are still going to apply the rule of izhar. Like anhu, minhu, those words are still together. That's why the fact that there are two different words joined together, but they are together like that. So in that instance, you are still applying the rule of izhar. But for idgham, when the Nun Sakinah is followed by a letter of idgham in the same word, then you apply izhar, not idgham. An example is, two examples came to my mind. Dunya. Dunya. That's what dunya. You see that Nun Sakinah is followed by ya. You will not say dunya. No. Dunya. You apply izhar. The Nun Sakinah is applied and is pronounced clearly. Another example is sinewan. Sinewan. You will not say sinewan. No. Sinewan. You apply izhar. This is the special case when Nun Sakinah is followed by a letter of izhar, idgham, in the same word, you apply izhar instead of idgham. I hope this is clear. May Allah grant us beneficial understanding, ease of understanding, beneficial knowledge, and success in all our endeavors. Inshallah, in our next class, we'll go to Al-Ikhfa. Al-Ikhfa, inshallah. May Allah spare our lives till then and beyond. Until then, it's me, your friend and brother Abu Zubair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.